police chief. He just told us that the gunman, 59-year-old Jim Bailey of Newcastle, shot himself. He apparently had gone to the home of an ex-wife.
We do not know if any police officer bullets struck him. We do know officers did fire back. We won't know that until the autopsy.
Chief, if you can explain again, whose home was he at?
I'm only under the impression it's a domestic situation. That's all I know at this point.
And explain again whose home this was and who was there.
I do not know the names. I believe Mr. Harmison from the Emergency Management released those earlier. I just know that the subject is a Jim Kenneth Bailey, and he's 59 years old from Newcastle, Indiana. And I actually have a photo of him if you'd like to have that. Yes.
Show what the suspect looks like.
And did you say he had gone to his ex-wife or a boyfriend?
I believe it's going to be either an ex-wife or ex-girlfriend situation.
And what was he armed with?
Right now we saw there was one pistol with a large capacity magazine, an AK-47, flak jacket, gas masks. He was gloved up in leather. So he came with an ill intent.
Did he communicate with police at all before the self-inflicted gunshot wound?
No. At that point, we did not know about that he was still in the area and that he'd shot himself. The last we knew, the officers had returned fire, and he fled behind the house. And that's when the perimeter was set up.
Chief, where was he found?
Prior interactions with police, any arrests?
As far as in Pendleton, we were not familiar with the subject.
Chief, can you tell us exactly where he was located, and at what point do you think throughout the overnight hours that he may have shot himself?
Because of the number of rounds that were shot at the onset of the incident, it's possible that when officers were retreating and then trying to regain a perimeter, that he may have gone behind the house and fired himself, shot himself dead.
And the woman you were talking about, either possibly ex-wife or girlfriend, were any shots fired at her or anyone else?
We do have he's actually a friend of mine. You had to go there.
Sorry.
There is an innocent victim. He's a resident of the town. He's been a friend of mine for years, and he is deceased. So, not much to say about that. Innocent victim, totally in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Can you talk about police officers this morning, their moves, since someone very close to them too was in the line of fire also?
All my officers know the subject that was injured at the scene. So with that said, that becomes personal. And then I have officers that are injured. So I've been going for 14, 16 hours, and it's a big deal.
The fact that this happened here in Pendleton, obviously not something that you would expect.
Small town USA. People live here. They feel safe here, and they should. You never know when an incident like this could occur. Luckily, we have equipment. We have a lot of good law enforcement in the area willing to come as far as Greenfield, Hamilton County. Anderson PD was on the scene within minutes. The brotherhood of law enforcement to come to the aid was tremendous. Delaware County came. Just an amazing police response to try to get this under control. And amazingly, you're dealing with residential areas, houses upon houses. We're concerned about the people. Did he enter those? So, and those are all people we know. So,
how difficult was it for you knowing this person, having to take command of the scene?
Well, I'm the chief, so I take command of the scene. I make the death notifications.
You talk about the brotherhood of the police fraternity and everything like that. You lost a K-9 dog officer today. Can you tell us anything about the dog's name, length of service, anything like that?
I do not know. I believe Anderson Police Department, Joel Sandifer, is going to do an actual press release and release all that information.
And is there still an area within this neighborhood that you want people to stay away from?
And they won't be able to get up there. We have already told people they can return to their residence. We evacuated people. We were able to send SWAT teams in. We had 4 SWAT teams on scene. They went in, we extracted families and children to get them away from the situation, and we've already told them they were more than welcome to go back.
And Chief, I realize this is early on and you're still going to have to notify family members, but is this someone with connections to the town of Pendleton?
As far as
work-wise?
As far as the shooter?
No, the victim, the innocent victim you're talking about.
Oh yeah, and I've made those notifications already. So I've already met with the family, and
Are you able to release any more
Is
information
it someone who
about
works for
the person?
Pendleton?
No,
Can you say
no.
anything about that at this point?
Yeah, I don't want to. There might be family members out there that still have not been contacted. Immediate family has.
Any more information? I know it's painful to talk about. Any more information you can reveal about the circumstances surrounding the innocent victim getting hit?
Just simply that the shooter started firing at a random, and like I said, wrong place at the wrong time. This gentleman had nothing to do with this incident except for driving down the road. So.
What about the initial woman and the boyfriend? Is she okay?
Thank you. What's that?
The woman and the boyfriend, are they
Yes.
okay?
Yes, they're fine.
Did this start inside of the house or outside of the
Outside.
house?
Okay.
Thank you very much, Chief. Again, that's Chief Farr from the town of Pendleton. Again, he is telling us that there was an innocent victim who died overnight, apparently with this rapid, random gunfire that was fired into the area. They are also saying that the suspect, 59-year-old Jim Bailey of Newcastle, turned a gun on himself. They're saying that when he went into this area, apparently they're thinking for a domestic situation, that he was armed with multiple weapons, including an AK-47. They are also saying it is remarkable that these police officers were able to escape with their lives. As we get more information throughout the day, we will pass it along to you. Reporting live from Pendleton, Julie Pursley, RTV6.
All right, Julie, thank you for that report. We'll be back.